You guys are the best.
Perfect. Okay.
You guys are the best. And when you do live shows like this, we wait for the producer or director to tell us to do what we do.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back to Geocaching World. I'm Dave Dufour at RVNN TV with Andy Edhard Smith, and we are at GeoWoodstock IX in Oregon. And we are lucky enough here to have a couple of the members of the planning and, and the execution committee here, execution in a nice way, here for GeoWoodstock IX. We have Paul Hutley and Tim Champion. Where are you from, Tim?
Clarendon, Pennsylvania.
Clarendon, Pennsylvania. You're from?
Buckner, Pennsylvania.
Okay, both of you good Pennsylvania. Well, of course you're Pennsylvania. So anyway, this is a huge event. How many people are on the committee total that pulled this off?
About a dozen.
About a dozen, okay. And you've been planning obviously since day one or day whatever. T-minus 365 last year.
We've been planning for about 3 years total.
Oh, 3 years.
Really 3 years now?
Oh, really? Oh, in terms of trying to get the event?
Yes.
About a year and a half of practical planning. Without the official event.
Okay, all right. And what's kind of the hardest thing about working with the committee on this, in terms of getting an event like this off the ground?
Getting a meal ticket.
Still running.
Getting a meal ticket?
Still running.
They are rare.
I'm joking.
Some of the hardest things was actually getting everybody together because we cover a wide area of Pennsylvania and New York and even Ohio. So it's kind of hard getting everybody to be together for meetings to cover what we needed to cover. And some of us do live a bit away, so we relied on just a couple people that actually are close by here to do a lot of the stuff necessary here to get this done.
Now, just out of curiosity, I don't think people really fully understand the process just to get elected to do GeoWoodstock in your area. It's like going to the Olympics to see what country they're going to go to, isn't it?
Just about. Like I said, we've been working on this for about probably a little over 3 years, just trying to get it. We tried for last year, but they decided they wanted out in was it Washington, Seattle area for the 10-year, and then they gave it to us here after that. So it was kind of a bit of a process of putting in the bids to do that.
Okay, so I guess the big question is then, do you know where it's supposed to be next year?
No. We have not been told.
Yeah, right.
I thought I had an insight.
I'll bet they do know, and they're just not saying. Keeping mum here.
It is the #1 secret that I think everybody waits for.
I just wanted to draw some attention. Over on the side here, we have Wes Ramsey, who's probably going to make a run for it.
He's the chairman.
Wes is the heart and soul of GeoWoodstock.
Come on up here, Wes.
Give Wes a big round of applause.
All right.
Come on up here, baby.
Come on up here. Come in the middle. Hi. Glad to meet you, Wes. Dave Dufour. So what? You had to corral these cats, right?
That's right. We put together a bid about 3 years ago and put a try in there, and got the award last year, and we tried to make it happen for everybody.
All right. I have to ask this question: why would anyone in their right mind want this job?
That's a good question, but my background was in tourism promotion.
Oh, okay.
And we knew what a great economic impact this would be for the region.
Sure.
So that was one of our motivating factors. And secondly, I'm an avid geocacher, and
really
wanted to bring all this action here.
Right.
One would have to be on this committee.
I would think
be
so.
the chairman.
Yeah.
What, and when you're planning this, obviously you're thinking about how important these events are to the What's the biggest value that geocachers get out of coming to these mega events? This is for the folks at home who are watching on RVNN TV. What do you think is the biggest value?
I'd have to say camaraderie. I've met so many people. I've seen a million names on the walks, but I've never actually seen the face. And today I've met more people, and I've gone, oh, I've seen your name, or I've seen you on the internet or whatever, and I've had the same memory. So is really need to connect with the people, you know, in the real world instead of just a log online or a log on a piece of paper.
Well, you're not the first person who said that getting in contact with the real world is one of the reasons they got into geocaching.
We have our own
Geocaching Podcast. Well, I think there's a pretty solid contingent of folks who work with computers and other technologies and don't actually see real people enough. And geocaching may be part of geocaching may bring them out into the world a little more. Huh?
That's absolutely it.
That's it.
I'll tell you what, folks. One of the things that we really wanted to bring some of the guys from the committee up here because you know, you don't see the work that gets involved that you guys had to do to get this. So can you do me a big favor? I want the spotlight on these guys. Give them a big round of applause.
The biggest thing that you guys can do for me is have fun.
Oh yeah. And I can see that doing that. I can see that doing that.
Enjoy yourself.
Yeah. What's the hardest thing about it for you? What was the most difficult thing?
Just fathoming all the little jobs that had to go into this, and
The detail work?
yeah, and all the details, and to get a lot of plans. Everybody had fantastic ideas, and we really would have liked to have done a lot more than we did. And just putting all those details together, you just sort of get overwhelmed, and you finally have to settle in for what we think we really could accomplish.
Sure. Well, I mean, it gets better every year, but what, in terms of feedback, folks that are here or folks that maybe aren't here but have been to other GeoWoodstocks, is there some way they can provide feedback to improve these events?
Well,
Do you want people talking to you right now?
Well, no, yeah, this is a hard time to take criticism or critique, but.
well, we certainly don't mind the criticism, and we certainly know we couldn't satisfy everybody
Oh, sure,
for everything, but we're trying to do our best. And the GeoWoodstock forum, I think, is still active on GeoWoodstock.com. So certainly any of the comments that people would like to post, they'll find their way back to us.
Oh yeah,
I'll
I'm
tell you
sure
what,
all these folks get on there. Yeah.
With this being the first time of ever having out of 9 different GeoWoodstocks, and to have the media available here, the podcast people that have come in, that we want to see you guys just as much, but to be able to do this is the first time they ever had the forum like we have here, where people can come and see us do the shows live. Mm-hmm. And by the way, Daryl Wattenberg and Dre over here are the main people that set the equipment up here. I think they need a big round of applause too.
Thank you.
I mean, holy cow! But this was genius. This was really good. And personally from us, thank you.
That's right. Just
You're
feeding
welcome.
this many people is a big job, and then you do all the other stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would like to say this. I do listen to podcasts, to Head Hard Hat, to Cache-A-Maniacs, to Podcaster and all them.
And it is really great to finally actually see and meet you guys.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. We will be around doing some additional taping at different locations after we're done with the show here. So don't hesitate to come up to us, talk to us. We've got some flyers about the show that are available to you that are up front here if you want to know more about the network, etc. So anyway, I'd like to thank Wes, Paul, and Tim for being with us here on Geocaching World. We're going to take a break, but we'll be right back. So stay with us. Got a question or a comment about geocaching? Send it to geocache@rvnn.tv or leave us a voicemail at 877-578-RVNN, extension 714. Tell us about a cache you especially enjoyed finding, and we may feature it in an upcoming episode. Follow RV Newsnet on Facebook and Twitter, and you can receive text messages to alert you when we're streaming live by texting RVNN to 72727. That way, you can join us live in the chat room, ask questions, and become part of the RV Newsnet family. Remember, any photos or other material submitted to us become the property of RV Newsnet and cannot be returned. Today's show is brought to you by Angie's List, where you'll find thousands of unbiased reports and reviews about service companies in your area. Whether you're looking for a roofer, plumber, house cleaner, dentist, or even a doctor, Angie's List members share their experiences with each other so that you can choose the service company that's right for your job. Companies can't pay to be on Angie's List, and the reviews come from people just like you who have had experience with the companies mentioned. To find out more, go to rvnn.tv and click on the Angie's List ad.